Hello everyone, this is Melanie from Lightbeam's Treasures, and today is Saturday, January 16th, 2021. So we're going to go over what was sold on Friday. Friday yesterday wasn't too bad of a day. I realized I did not do for the past 2 days what I wanted to do, and that has been listing. Bad, bad, bad. Gotta give myself, gotta work today. That's what it is. I have not been listing, and I think that may or may not be affecting. I don't know. But I did sell a few items. Generally speaking, weekends tend to be busier. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a good weekend. But I want to talk about a couple items that has sold. I sold 3 movies. You know I'm a movie store. Some of these are interesting. This one is The Essential Art House, The 39 Steps. This is a Alfred Hitchcock thriller, and it's 87 minutes long, 1935. I remember when I was a kid, I used to love watching Alfred Hitchcock when he would do his little stories, and he would always have his little monologue in the beginning. So I enjoyed Alfred Hitchcock. Um, that sold for $6.99. And then I sold this one, which I love the CD cover. I've yet to see the movie, but the movie's probably going to be good. It's called Monkey Bone, but you see what the CD is. This is with Brendan Fraser, who he's an actor that completely disappeared. Nobody wants to work with him anymore, but I actually liked him because back in the 80s, he did a lot of comedies. I guess one of his best films would be The Mummy. So that's Brendan Fraser. And then, of course, we have the 40th anniversary edition of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier. I'm going to say this. Bolo items on anything that deal with that type of interracial discussions, with the political climate of what's going on. Anything that deals with it generally sells. So I've been selling a lot of types of movies, books that deal with those subjects. So that one sold for $7. Then I sold a Mego figure. Now this is a remake of not a remake, a re-edition of Mego figures. Mego figures were popular figures back in the 70s, 80s. Well, they re-released a new line of them in honor of the older ones by Marty Abrams. This one happens to be, look, a glow-in-the-dark Dracula one. So I sold this one for $14.39. What was great about this is it was just thrown in a cart. So ended up making a little tiny profit. And then I just thought this was funny. You know my story about books. I love books, books, books. We have Angora goats. Then and now from 1849 to 1995 by Lem Jones. Now, this is a little tidbit. If you're in a estate sale, garage sale, and you see a lot of books, one of the first things you should always do is check the front page to see if it is signed. So this happens to be, even though it is a ex-library book with all the stamps and stuff, this is an original first edition signed copy of Angora Goats. So guess what? Because it's a signed copy, I sold this baby for $39. And that is in the fact that it is an ex-library book. Always state in your title and description if they are ex-library books, and generally speaking, always put the description as acceptable. Even if it is a Christian, you could explain it in this, but I always do that so that protects me so people don't complain saying, that's not what I wanted. Speaking of complaints, I've got 2 today. Well, one of them actually gave me a negative feedback, which truthfully feedback, yes, I worry about it, but I'm really not worried about it. So one did leave me negative feedback. The other one was just a pain of a customer, which I want to discuss with you. Because I want to say, not only you as a reseller, but also as a buyer, don't be that pain of a customer. So let's talk about the pain of the customer first. I am selling an original Barbie metallic RC car. It's a big one. It's a big RC car. It's one of the original ones. I forget what year it is, but it's like the first edition that came out in this gorgeous metallic color. I had it up originally for $75. I lowered the price to $50. Now, the reason I lowered the price, a couple of reasons, and I'll just explain this. One, it does not work. It's actually sold for parts. Okay, so it's just the car itself. It may work. I don't have the remote control, and I don't know if it worked or not. Two, this is the first edition in that style. It's not the modern one that came out, it's the first edition. So if by chance I had that brand new sealed with the remote control, that would be worth a $400 car. If it was open the way it is, with the remote in working condition, I could probably get about $200 for it. Me, I'm selling a basically broken, useless car, and I originally had it for $75. Now I lowered the price to $50, which I think is a fair. That's a fair price, fair market price. So I get this lowball offer, which I will say this: I actually sometimes appreciate lowball offers because then you can engage in conversation with somebody. So in this case, the lowball offer was $20. Problem with that is the car is this big. It's heavy. It's going to cost about $20 just to begin with. And I do free shipping. So bear in mind, if I'm selling something for $50, it's going to cost about $20 to ship. I'm only making $30 plus after fees and all that other stuff. So I'm really not making that much profit on this car to begin with. So the lowball offer was $20. I said, I'm sorry, the lowest I could go is 50. Blah 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 blah. So here's where the harassment comes in. Rather than just accepting, I mean, what he could have did was, okay, maybe say 25, 30, and we could do the negotiation back and forth. I mean, I probably may have gone a little lower, but I'm looking for 50. 50 is my dollar amount in my head. No. He starts harassing me now. It's like, what is wrong with these people? He starts sending me, and he already sent me like 4 emails, so I reported him and blocked him. But he starts harassing me, showing me snippets of other sellers who were selling the new version, the 2020 version of this car, and he can get it brand new in the store for $50. Why would I be selling a broken one for $50? Well, because my car is like 12 years old. It's the original one. It's a classic. And if I actually had it in the box, I would be asking $400 or $500 for it, not $50. But I didn't even go that way. That's the reason why. But I mean, don't be that seller. Simply, if you give an offer to a seller and they simply say no, move on. Get it from someplace else. Don't harass a seller. And on the other end, me as a seller, I will never be nasty to a customer. I am direct and upfront. I'll say I'm sorry, this and that, this is my price, final price, and I will ignore them. But I will never curse them out. I'll never do this. But it's like, why harass me? If you're not happy with the price, go someplace else. Simple as that. So that's issue number one. Issue number two, um, don't be this customer either. If you have a problem with the seller, go to the seller directly. What is it just to send them a note that there's a problem with the transaction? No, people would rather leave negative feedback. Now, in this case, yeah, he's justifiable to leave negative feedback. But customarily speaking, he should contact me first. Negative feedback that he left is item not received. It's been 6 weeks. It's lost in the mail. Now, here's where the interesting thing is. Went to the post office. It looks like the package was destroyed en route. Now, because I sent it out using media mail, there's no what do you call insurance or anything like that. So the package was destroyed. It it's gone. There's nothing I can do with it. It was an accident. Post office, whatever. Maybe it got shredded by the machine. Maybe it got whatever, but it did not deliver to them, and I wasn't aware of it because it's just like pending in. I don't know the destroyed land in the post office. So what I did was I simply gave them a full refund. I mean, I took the chance by sending out items without insurance. Plus, you know something? I'll be honest, the insurance system now doesn't work anyway because even when I have legitimate claims with the receipts, with all the things, I've already got denied 3 times. Even though I did the proper due diligence in order to get those claims back with the broken items, it doesn't matter. Post office is just denying claims left and right. But in this case, the package was destroyed and lost. I didn't have insurance on it, so no big deal. Me as a seller, I just simply refund his money. He left the negative feedback. Now, some people say, oh, you can get eBay to take that off. You can do this or that. Yeah, I can. Something, I'll try. I'll send eBay for Business a letter. Whether they get back to me, who knows? But one negative feedback isn't going to destroy my account. I have a great rating. I'm still over 99%. It's no big deal. But it's like, don't be that buyer. And it's another seller too. It's another reseller. If you have a problem, just simply talk to the seller. Don't just give negative feedback just for. So that is my little rant. I know I'm ranting this morning. So my goal for today, like I said, is I have a lot of stuff that I have not been listing. I've not been taking my own advice. My own advice has been, if you sell whatever 6 items today, you should be putting 7 items up the next day. I did not do that yesterday, so today is an important day for me to list. I think I'll double my listings. Maybe I'll put a minimum of 20 items up today. That probably is the best bet. So with that, this is Melanie from Lightbeams Treasures. Until next time, take care.